A man who called the game last night in New York. I don't know where he is right now. I know the plane map thing that I saw has him all over the place for like the third straight. This has been maybe the worst setup for him, convenience-wise, 3 straight weeks to start this season. I mean, it's been, hey, you're traveling the long haul, but obviously he loves it. Ladies and gentlemen, Blue Eyes, former president of Ohio, Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah, Kirk.
Former
okay, so
president.
you're out here.
There he is.
You made it out here.
I did. I landed. I think we landed around 6:30 a.m. Eastern. Made it. Peter's here safely. That's the most important thing.
Yes.
But
Thank God.
But yeah, we're here. We're here and enjoying ourselves. How you doing?
Good. Got in early morning as well. I showed you my setup last night at a way too nice of an event that I was not supposed to be at. My wife certainly was supposed to be there with how beautiful she looked. Kaylin obviously gets celebrated. There's some ex-Royals at this thing, the commissioners at this thing. There's a lot of money being raised for Project Healthy Mind, which is obviously helping folks get mental health assistance easier, and there's a lot of money committed to it, so it was a cool event to be a part of. I'm watching game on iPhone, on my wife's iPhone on table, okay? Straight out of a commercial, straight out of a movie. Kaylin Irsay also watching, obviously, and Kay Adams. Our entire table there is basically up in the front, huddled around. Carson Daly, his son, behind us, have the game on, Eagles-Giants, and then they have Islanders-Penguins on because they're from Long Island. Pittsburgh Penguins beat them. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. And there was certainly some jousting going on. So I didn't get a chance to hear you call the game in its entirety. Whenever those 4 tush pushes are happening in real time, what's your reaction? And have you seen how a lot of the football world has responded on the internet to them running 4 straight? And how do you feel Sirianni feels about all of it? Does he even think about anybody's reaction other than a first down, then a touchdown?
No. I think he prides himself on first down. I mean, what was weird is that's the first time I've seen him do it when it was 3rd and about 3.5. And I thought it was like a 2-for-1. Like you knew that, okay, we'll run one of these, get it to like 4th and 1, and then we'll run another one. But they just kept going. I mean, I don't think we're all fans of it, but if it's not going to be outlawed, can you blame them? I mean, it works. By the way, how come other teams can't copy this and mimic it? It's bizarre how Philly seems to be the only one that can run it so effectively.
Yeah, because all the other teams get flagged for it.
Cheating.
No, I can tell you the rule here.
Yeah.
Hold on now. I can tell you the rule because we got a tutorial in our Wednesday meeting from the league about this being emphasized with the guards jumping early. And they said if you go frame by frame in a replay and you can see a guard jumping, that's not what they're looking for. They said you have to look at real time. Does it look like the guards are moving? Run it in real time and see if you think it looks like, you could find, the tackles a lot of time.
That's real time. That's real time right there.
False start. Define real time, Kirk.
I think that's real time right there because these eyes and real eyes, and that's real time right there, brother. And it's no, I understand what you're saying, and this also goes back to
we're talking about the only good moment for the Eagles all night. Like I know you were at dinner, but like the story is not tush push. It's holy shit. Like, I mean, we knew Jaxson Dart and Scattaboo were going to be, story, but bro, they helped the defense get better. All of a sudden, Brian Daboll's a great coach. The concession team did a better job. Parking out front did a better job. Like this dude affected everybody. I was leaving. Al and I were walking out with everybody, and we walked by a couple of these older ushers that are in the area where the booth was. And I said, "Hey, man, how long you been here doing this job?" And he's like, 40 years. I was like, when was the last time? Because I don't get here a lot. When was the last time the Giants had a home game with this kind of juice, this kind of vibe? And he said, honestly, Daboll's first year, they made the playoffs. He goes, but I haven't seen or felt that in decades. Think about that. And that's a guy that's at every game. And I said it during the broadcast, sometimes we get caught up in quarterbacks and the XOs, and he can make this throw. And this is an example of a guy impacting the entire franchise because of his belief. You can call it the it factor. You can call it confidence. Clearly making quick decisions, very well prepared. But he's got an aura around him. Scatterboo doing backflips after he scores. I mean, these guys have gone from like nobody wants to watch them to now. I don't know about you. I want to watch the Giants next week. And they were up 14-3 on the Saints last week, and they had 5 straight turnovers. This team can very easily be 3-0 with this combination of Dart and Scatterboo. So a lot of fun. And then for Philly, it's like, holy cow, now what? I mean, they already felt the sky was falling before this game. And now, you lose this one. You're still 4-2, but, their fan base, that's a tough night for that city. Lose to the Dodgers to clinch the NLCS for LA. Then lose this game 34-17. That's got to be one of the darkest nights for Philly in a long time.
Yeah, it's not just Philly that lost last night. It was also the Gamblers. Tone, what's the stat now on over 6-point favorites or over 7-point favorites now on the season?
Okay, so the stat for, let's start with over 60% against the spread is now 13-31, okay? Now, favorites have lost outright in the last 4 primetime games. The Rams lost. They were 8.5-point favorites. The Bills lost. They were 8-point favorites. The Eagles lost as 7.5-point favorite. Those were all home teams as well. Chiefs also lost on the road, -3.5 in Jacksonville. And Dogs are now 13-6 against the spread in night games this season.
Wow.
Herbie, we're losing. The public is losing, and I happen to be with them, it feels like, on a very regular basis because we're trying to learn what teams are. That Eagles team, what are they? I know the story is the Giants.
I think they're. I agree. I think they're. Last year they're 2-2. Everybody wanted to fire Kellen Moore. Obviously, they found their way. This is a team that's got a ton of injuries. This is a team that lost 10 players off that defense that played in the Super Bowl a year ago. They're just new pieces. They're not healthy. The offensive line, I was talking to KP, their offensive coordinator. He's like, we haven't practiced all 11 together all year since camp because we've had injuries. We've had guys recovering from surgeries. It's just a reality of where they are right now. Can they put it together? Absolutely. Are they being tested? Absolutely. But they got to get healthy and they got to get their swagger back because right now they're offensively, they're searching for an identity. They're searching for consistency. And I think they're 4-2, man. I mean, they gotta get their offense to find an identity and a rhythm and consistency because right now they're in search mode. But I think it's a combination of they're not the team that they were in February when they blew the Chiefs out. They're got a lot of new pieces and they're trying to find it. But there's enough obvious superstars on that roster to think that they're going to get it going. But right now they're in search mode. That's where they are after 6 games.
I believe in Sirianni being able to get everybody going in the right direction. He's obviously proven that. He's a Super Bowl champion head coach. They're the reigning Super Bowl champs currently. But it feels like a different vibe in that locker room. Hopefully they're able to make it happen. You talk about Kelly Moe, them wanting him to be fired last year. Nick Sirianni was getting it basically until like week 13 or maybe week 14 they wanted him fired. I mean that comes with the job. This year it just it feels a little different. Hopefully they're able to figure it out. Connor has a question for you about a team that I think you at one point had season tickets for, I think. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Kirk, Pat mentioned it. You were the former president of Ohio with AJ, and so I assume you still have your finger on the pulse just because you were such a great president for those people. Mm-hmm. But Joey Flacco going to Cincinnati, kind of becoming Ohio's new son. Cleveland to Cincy, hopefully trying to save the Bengals season until Joe Burrow gets back. How do you think this is going to go this weekend? I think a lot of people, looking from the outside in are saying like, oh, Joey Flacco already beat the Packers with the Browns. Now he's going to go to the Bengals and they're going to beat the Packers again. But then when you look at some stats, he's like the worst quarterback in the league when he doesn't have time, and the Bengals are the worst offensive line in football by a wide margin. How do you see this going? Do you think this will help Cincy kind of get back on track and kind of be able to hold on until Burrow gets back and save their season? Or do you think this might just be another failed attempt and Jake Browning was probably just going to be the same exact thing as what this is going to be?
No, Connor, when you have a quarterback that doesn't move around, now it comes down to how well can you run the football and how well can you protect. And he's only as good as they give him the opportunity to we know what he can do.
Yeah.
It's very obvious what he can do, even at his age. But are they going to help him? Is the line gonna allow their running game, which has been non-existent? Are they going to be able to run the football? And we know the weapons on the outside, but Jamar Chase is frustrated because it's been hard for Jake Browning to be able to get the ball to him. So I like the idea of it. I like the idea of shaking it up, going to a veteran guy. But I think it's really more about how's the defense playing, how's the running game doing, how is the offensive line in general playing. We have them next Thursday night with Tone. Pittsburgh comes to Cincinnati.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
We'll see how I'm interested to see how
Rodgers,
Flacco
Flack in
does.
prime time.
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
What year is
Rodgers, Flack. Oh, it's back. That's all I heard. Who cares what year it is? I know it was a good one.
Hell yeah.
And it is all the way back. Herbie, this weekend we're out here in Oregon. Okay, we're out here in Oregon. They feel like the most all-in team. I don't know. I guess there's other teams that are very much all in. But whenever you talk about just like sports, investment, you name it, Oregon comes to the top of the mind immediately because it's always been this way. The Phil Knight effect, the Nike effect at Oregon before NIL was real. Lockers were better than everything. Uniforms were better than everything. Jersey, swag, you name it. They had it better than everything, and that was just like a part of being a part of the team. Now that they're able to really benefit off it even more, they're building a brand new building just to build a brand new building out here. Just to do it, and it's like they already have new buildings and they're building new ones. There was a crane outside on my way in here. Crane obviously means building up a city. You go to a city, you see a lot of cranes. That means shit's going very well in that city. Okay, that's what that means.
Tampa with Brady.
They're trying to boom. These are when you see cranes, that is a good thing for cities. Cities are doing well whenever you see cranes. Right out here, you see cranes, and then you see Go Ducks all over these cranes. They're like 100 feet tall, 200 feet. It's like all in on Oregon sports. It's always like special, it feels like, to come out here and do a game day. This is my third one, I think, out here. The morning start, the fans, Pacific Northwest fans, I think in general, a little bit more hooligan-y, like soccer fans, but they show up in a big way. This is special out here, Kirk. It really does.
Bro, I'm with you, man. I've always loved coming out to Eugene. When we first came out here, when Chip Kelly was here, I thought, Eugene, Oregon, how the heck are we going to get there? And then when we got here and we had game day and we're on, live at 6 a.m. local, and I didn't know what to expect. It's dark out, and as far as you could see, were people out there, and I don't know, 10 or 15,000 people at 6 in the morning, kind of like what Cal was like last year. It always blows me away when we go on the West Coast and we get these huge crowds for college game day, and it'll be that way tomorrow. Shout out to Chip Kelly and Phil Knight and what they've created initially. Mike Bellotti, because Oregon, where you're sitting right now, Pat, they are a national brand. Like it used to just be USC on the West Coast was a national brand. Oregon and their style of play, not just the uniforms, the style of play, the aggressive nature that they created. Dan Lanning, I think, has taken it even to another level. The commitment to the program. I was just over at the softball stadium. Rob Mullins, their AD. The commitment to everything they do here is first class. So I love it. Anytime I hear Eugene, Oregon, I know it's a long haul, but I'm fired up to always come out here. I will ask you this, because I think that the one guy that has a real dilemma on his hands this weekend is none other than Pat McAfee, because he's got his home squad. He's got his home squad wearing in their Adidas, really bad uniform. Really.
Whoa. They're making it easy. They're making it push.
It's hideous. It's hideous.
Easy.
And while I'm at it, the Miami uniform is hideous as well. It is
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Could not
green.
be any worse.
Gorgeous Adidas.
Could
green.
be
There you go. Let him know, Kirk. Let him know.
Couldn't be any worse. It's hideous.
Don't like it. I don't
Might
like
as well
what
be
you're doing
Russell
right now.
Athletic.
I love
Miami
This guy
uniforms.
stinks. This guy stinks.
Miami uniforms are a disgrace. They're a disgrace. They need to go back.
Mute him. Mute his mic.
Hold on. Will you hold on a second?
Recruits are saying
Indiana are
it.
trash. Their uniforms are terrible. I can't
It's
stand them.
unbelievable.
You got to like the cleats, though,
you're
right? You
comparing-
love the cleats.
If you're comparing, hold on, AJ, don't gas him up anymore. We don't need to continue doing this.
He's already wiping
We know
down.
some
Hey,
of this-
wait a second.
we-
Now, wait a second.
Oh.
So the dilemma is Pat's got his home team. Go Hoosiers. You got Indiana against your guy, Dan Lanning.
Yeah.
You got a real problem on your hands, my friend.
Yeah, it's certainly not a desirable position for anybody to be in. But what you just did to Adidas, that is currently investing a lot of money in American football, okay, welcome to the sport, was maybe partially correct. Some of their stuff is ass.
It's awful.
Right? I think
True. Awful.
but they got some. Adidas superstores are unbelievable. They're investing in football. We assume it's only going to get better. The cleats, just like when Under Armour started, click clack, right, AJ? Click clacking. We're click clacking all around.
We were.
You remember that? AJ was looking at cameras, wide lens fish. He was going like this. He was going, click clack, dude. Yeah, he was not back.
God, he nailed it.
Hey, click clack, and then you go, yo, click clack, dude.
Hey,
And then that was what AJ was doing. Then look where they've come. Look where they come. Adidas getting into football, American football, in a big way. I think it's only a road, hopefully up. But there's. Some
I
truth to
don't
what
mind
you
them
said.
getting involved, but just the uniforms, they just need to be redone. They look terrible. It's just a bad look.
Everything.
They're high quality, fit well.
Thank you, Gumps. Gumps, the soccer fan.
Gump,
He loves
Gumpy,
Adidas,
you
brother.
stop it. Gump, don't even
Hey, they just
start
gave
with me.
Liverpool. They just gave Liverpool $1 billion for 10 years, brother. Adidas
I
is good
don't want
with
to
me.
hear it,
Yeah.
Gump. Nope.
It's shorts and a shirt, Gump. That's their uniform.
All right, Herbie. We
Not full
appreciate
tracksuit,
Herbie,
too, Auger.
we appreciate the hell out of you, brother. You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey,
Kirk Herbstreit.
Here,
Thank you.
Pat, here you go. Here you go, real quick.
Yes, please.
Here we go.
looking at
Jeez.
He knows. He knows the bark. He knows.
you, Pete.
He knows the bark. I think we did hear him
balls all
breathing
over
into
the
the
couch.
phone earlier. What up, dude?
You might want to change that bandana, Kirk.
Yeah.
Kirk, you might want to take
North,
that bandana
North
off.
Carolina women's
Oh,
lacrosse.
okay, never mind.
Different sport. Smart. North Carolina, great colors, especially on that blonde hair, Petey. All right, we appreciate you guys. Enjoy yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah, Herbie.